say if you've seen it played at a top level, right? So this will be interesting. I wonder if we'll see Wolfen kind of like force Omar onto the Cypher, and maybe he'll be able to get really early Wonder Wing kills. Both of these characters do spawn grenades. One of them is better than the other. I'm pretty sure you guys know the answer to that one. Snake grenades definitely a better. I would definitely say a better move. Comes out frame one, obviously, and you can have two of them as well. But we'll see how this goes. They're definitely both setup characters, but it's very particular how you set up versus another setup character, because it really comes down to how does your items interact with theirs, right? So.
Well, I mean, I think the versatility and advantage goes to Snake.
Oh, yes.
On that front, like not even a question. So that'll be a tremendous question that will need to be answered, and we'll see what Wolfen can do here. Pretty even start thus far. So you see C4 on the far side of the stage. I guess Wolfen did not see it because he just got blown up almost immediately after I referenced it there. Come through with the Wonder Wing, but that ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, it'd be very now Banjo's a very no
very dead character. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, I'm not too sure which and every grenade was up there, but there was some explosives happening up top, and Wolfen definitely got blasted off the top there. And it just, and the great thing for this is, you know, Banjo does run pretty quick. The grounded movement on Banjo is not bad at all. So if he wants to force some up close interaction. But another thing to remember is, you know, Snake is great at zoning, but when you get up close to him, he also hurts a lot. That's what probably makes him a very quote-unquote meta character, just very strong in all departments, right?
Very content to just trade, like take hits. Like he knows at the end of the day, like his blow is 9 times out of 10 going to be a little bit stronger.
Dude,
comes to finishing things out. Omar.
He is clean with it right now.
Yeah,
I've definitely seen a lot of Snake play. Man.
He baited him to come down there, jumped off the C4, maybe just whooping, took his eye off the prize just for half a second. And tell you what, against Snake, as I said, that's all it takes sometimes.
I got 2 words for Wolfen, waka waka, and I think it might be time for the Pac-Man to come out, because I don't know, man, this Snake is kind of serving up the Banjo right now.
Yeah. Certainly proven to be a problem, to say the least.
It just feels like it takes too long for Wolfen to get his setups going, and by the time he sets up his grenade, like, Omar has 2 of his grenades set up. And this is like a really good situation. There's no double jump on the Cypher, and still, like, not really able to capitalize because your vertical pressure just not too great.
It's just not there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, the only other thing I can really think of is like up B in the forward air that, you know, Banjo's gonna have access to like kind of have that vertical pressure onto that Cypher.
Oh, we're living. All right,
taking a bunch of damage.
Yeah, nothing really too positive coming out of it.
Oh my goodness! Snake's grenade clanked his grenade out. Oh wait a minute, the Wonder Wing Dream though?
He just mauled through any defenses
5
that
projectiles
Omar had. Yeah, like seriously, like mark him down. I'm taking care of business.
I'm trying to think, maybe the blue eggs are better for Wolfen in this matchup. Kind of just like, it's just quicker horizontally, and you just pressure Snake earlier. Wait a minute though, Wolfen kind of moving right now.
Yeah, definitely finding his groove just a little bit. Oh, I don't like that dash attack. Maybe he tried to force that position a little too much.
Does get back on stage, and that just feels like the issue right now. I feel like Wolfen is able to get these solid wins in neutral, but not able to really capitalize too much off of them. Okay, the back throw does get interrupted, and
caught him. Yeah,
there's the up tilt. You know, after that last stretch, I can definitely see Wolfen sticking it out with the Banjo.
That was a good morale booster.
Yeah, he started pulling it together. So definitely big ups to Wolfen. Because it's really hard to kind of like stay motivated in that situation where you get slapped up the first 2 stocks like really hard and you like stay in it. So yeah, we'll see what the stage counter pick is. I really want to see Wolfen try to set up these scenarios where you can get the Wonder Wing on the Cypher. I feel like that's going to be really those situations where he can get these early KOs on Snake. And honestly, that's when Snake starts having some of these bad matchups, is when they can when you have the option to force Snake into these really bad spots, and then you can get the KO early, because this whole time we've been talking about Snake as a character that thrives off of trades, does really good with rage, right? If you're able to set up scenarios where you can't really use that to his advantage, that's where it's going to be a very big dub for you.
Big agree. All right, sticking with the Banjo. Yeah, I gotta imagine like that last stretch, as you said, Charles, definitely probably reinvigorated some confidence that he has in the character, despite kind of getting absolutely L'd out at the start of things. So maybe Banjo can get him on the board. Gonna take it to FD. All right, so straight up slugfest incoming.
Yeah, see, that initial beat, even though it didn't necessarily like detonate the grenade. Oh no, you don't want to. That's always the worst feeling of Banjo, when you like do an input air and it like uses up a one charge. But yeah, just using these blue eggs to even just stop the movement. Oh, there's no double jump here. Oh, the directional airlock barely comes out. Wolfen almost had a spectacular situation. Okay, utilizing the armor there. I like that from the Wonder Wing, just to kind of like plow through all these all this setup.
This is an exceptionally good start right now from Wolfen.
Yeah, getting rid of these platforms is a big W here.
Ooh, I like how he's not afraid to just throw out that Wonder Wing. Like, he definitely bets on that a lot, like a fair amount.
Yeah, I think it's good too, because I feel like, especially just passively as a Snake player, you generally like the way you set up. It's like, okay, well, they got to get through these things to get to me, right? And then I'm setting up the next thing. But Wonder Wing is one of the few tools that kind of like just super armors through a huge horizontal space, and wow, getting the read on the mash out there. So that down throw looked like it comboed into the up tilt, but you actually have to kind of get that read on how fast they're mashing out. Very similar to like Rob down throw. So really good stuff on Wolfen's part, and now has control of now setup character versus setup character. It's so huge on who has like the stock lead. Just because, both of you are kind of playing that mid-range, setting up both of your items. So usually no one wants to commit, right?
Yeah, I mean, generally that's just kind of not the case, but I mean, it kind of sucks for Snake right now because he really has kind of like no choice. You see just with like some of these options are kind of costing them. Really good defensive effort from Wolfen thus far, and really just completely different game from what we saw in that first game. And kind of maybe goes to show you why he was comfortable with sticking with the Banjo, because he kind of knew, okay, I could take him to FD and play him maybe a little bit more of my strengths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, kind of win the war of setups and things of that nature. And wow, it is definitely coming up big for him at the moment.
Yeah, that time Omar did not mash out.
Should be enough, yeah.
Spot dodge, yeah. And I feel like even just getting rid of these platforms as well for Wolfen kind of increases the threat of Wonder Wing, right? There's no platforms to kind of like escape to. So you catch Omar with no double jump.
Just
hit
smack
him
in the face, bro.
Yeah, now Wolfen with a huge lead here. Definitely can kind of chill back. And I also feel like the blue egg is even better on the stage as well because of no platforms. You kind of just commanding that horizontal space, and I feel like Wolfen is doing that incredibly well right now. And the way he's even dropping these grenades over Omar when Omar already has grenades, so it's like if anything does happen, it like his grenade's gonna detonate, the Snake grenades as well. So
right. 100%.
Really nice setup.
All right, trying to catch her. Yeah, he's really trying to be clever with some of these decisions, but nice. Again, the Wonder Wing is hitting, just finding his mark, and this is not looking good for the homie Omar. Oh, but hold on. Actually, I like that pressure because it kind of forced out. Okay, he's either going to roll away, roll in. The roll in ends up resulting in a stock roll. So, and this is damage that Snake won't have too much trouble making up, even if it has to be via some trades as well. But a couple of times on that last stock, I saw just 2 forwarders just come out and just make it very difficult for Snake to tank when you're just taking damage like that. And even now, just trying to find a safe spot to land. Does a really good job with his projectiles thus far. Really minimal damage.
Okay, up and over. Wolfen definitely not overextending here, just trying to control as much items as he can. Doesn't want to be too aggressive with these Wonder Wings as well. Just as I say, gets the jump Wonder Wing. Very, very good stuff. kind of held on to it on that last stock there. Like he used it earlier, and then like I feel like the first 2 stocks he was very, very aggressive with it, but kind of slowed it down on that last stock, and it really paid off. And honestly, that game, like the game 1 and 2, it really feels like, can Wolfen really line up some of these Wonder Wings, right? Because having that tool is going to be so good against Snake, being able to like just armor through like essentially a Fox illusion. Like you're using, like, in terms of how much horizontal space it takes, it's like a Fox illusion with armor that like does a lot of damage and kills, right?
Yeah.
Or just kind of like just sets yourself up. So I feel like it's a big part of this matchup is, are you landing your Wonder Wings? And that game 2 landed a lot of them and was just like in so much control.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot harder for Snake to really get that camp game against Banjo going as solidly once he just took him to just straight up FD, like especially like that great start that Wolfen got off to as well. Didn't let that go to waste. So I'm not a sub, 1 apiece. Losers finals here.
Yeah, I wonder if this does go. We'll see what stage we get here, but another stage that could potentially be really strong for Wolfen would be that Kalos too, just like very open area where you can't really utilize platforms towards the center of the stage to avoid Wonder Wing. It looks like we're going to small battlefield, so we'll see how Wolfen uses Wonder Wing on this stage. It should be like pretty different because now we see Omar like kind of setting up projectiles either on the ground level but also on top of the platform, right? So maybe the success rate of these these Wonder Wings are going to be a lot less, but because of that, Wolfen's probably just not going to use them as much, right?
Very good point. Yes. All right. See if that is the case. At the very least, man, just cutting down some of that space too. This will be, I'm sure, something Omar will not complain about. Talk about that Wonder Wing, and there's not going to be any hesitation from Wolfen. Like, even if it's like doesn't seem like it's the most optimal thing, that man's just gonna let that thing fly.
Yeah, and I feel like you gotta be able, like, willing to do that as a Banjo player.
Yeah. I mean, it's so powerful, right? Like,
yeah, and almost getting the KO, and like you just have to use the fact that that move exists and show your opponent that you're not scared to use it,
right,
just to like get that conditioning going, right? Because
it's just the threat of it.
Right, because Banjo doesn't have like crazy tools that are just like super consistent like some of these other top tiers. So you're in a position where you have to like rip your like one crazy super duper DLC move. But now, the thing about it, you only got 5 charges, and I think Wolfen is currently out of them.
And exhausted it. Yep.
Yeah, and that the dash attack though is able to take it. See how much damage Wolfen can attack on without Wonder Wing, of course.
And this is really what I was talking about, like before the save even started. Like I just felt like Jay just so much had Wolfen's number. We didn't really get to see what he could do, what he was capable of. But he's having a much better outing this time against Omar. Takes that up smash to lose the stock, but still, man, this is 1 apiece. Anybody's game. Definitely putting up a much more solid fight in losers finals, potentially en route to a rematch against Jay. Patiently wait.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially how we saw game 1 panning out on the first 2 stocks, right? I was like, oh man, is this going to be like just a blowout? What's going on? Like, my goodness, is this matchup that bad? But Wolfen, like we talked about earlier, just being able, like, even if he didn't win that game 1, I feel like him just bringing it back just helped his confidence going into game 2, right? Like,
yeah.
That is like a really big factor. Wow, that was such a smart Wonder Wing.
Another
jump
one,
Wonder Wing?
Yes, let me just catch you slipping just a tad there, bro. Wolfen. Okay.
When the Wonder Wings hit, man. And these jump Wonder Wings, I'm very curious to like if Omar like dropped shield or jumped out of shield, or if that
I thought
shield
he was catching the jump. I thought he was catching the jump.
Because if that shield poke, that's crazy. But it looked like it caught jump. Like that's what it looked like. Ooh, barely getting away with that B reverse, and so far Wolfen doing a really good job with this lead, but honestly hasn't gotten too much damage. He's got 2 more charges of Wonder Wing here. Might have to use one to recover. No. Oh wait.
Started it up.
Wow, he started it up and then the grenade popped, so it didn't like use the charge.
Oh, and then just I gotta imagine that was a accident, but that sure wasn't. Omar. Pull up.
That was a big whoopsie there.
Yep.
Used his last charge, just like caught red-handed. He's like, all right, I'm sorry.
He's got a fresh 5 now, so.
Yeah. Fresh out the rack here. We'll see what Wolfen can do. You can never count Snake out of a game, especially if the stocks or even, I don't care what the percentages is, because Snake always can like start trading and always bring it back. And just like that, look at the spacing on the Wonder Wing. Omar is starting to catch on. You gotta watch out. You only got so much charges. Man, 2 left.
3, yep. Oh, nice turnaround. Okay, gets a little bit.
He still got 2 though. He still got 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first 3 Wonder Wings were just for conditioning. You don't like. If you're a Banjo player, you would know.
Oh, that's not a trade for Omar. The fair, way too powerful for dash attack to overcome. Wow, doesn't even come down to the Wonder Wing, Charles. Just throwing caution to the wind and content to take a trade that clearly benefits him. Put himself up 2 games to 1. Wow.
Yeah, I think it looked like a triple jump bait. Can't like super duper remember there, but yeah, nonetheless, I was surprised that forward air killed Snake like at the center of the stage. So man, Banjo be hitting the gym.
Damn.
And he was like clearly dead too. So really good stuff there to Wolfen. And now look at this. Look at the scenario we're in. Wolfen is up 2-1 on Omar. Omar trying to come in and get this last qualifying spot to move on to the next round, the next the next section of the Smash World Tour. All this huge journey just to have the possibility to play in that 32-man bracket offline event. All of these players just playing their heart out, and man, what a matchup to see it played in. Banjo versus Snake, and it looks like we're going back to small battlefield.
All right, small battlefield it is. Potential closeout game for Wolfen. You can put this one away. Okay. You might want to go the right way. Start
oh, that's such a feels bad. 2 Wonder Wing charges used, and that situation always happens when you're trying to do like a beer versus down B.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you just like burn you just go the wrong direction, and then you like Wonder Wing off stage too. But I've seen Wolfen come back from worse, so definitely still doable here. Gets the Wonder Wing, hits them off stage, and look at this damage, already 93% on Omar.
It's like the ones that he has left are the most impactful. Good connection again. This man has been on point. The Wonder Wings, the fairs, just these big hits, and I like that. Got him shook up in the shield, and that's going to be enough. This is tremendous for Wolfen. What a lead he has produced at
This
the
bear
start
is
of
moving.
this. Man, Omar is getting obliterated. Lord.
Oh yeah. The platform's not doing him any good as well, and Omar even just like, aside from the Wonder Wings, he's able to connect all these like forward airs and these like triple jump mix-ups. Man, like, I meant Wolfen, but Wolfen is just playing like extremely well right now. Especially this first stock here, only taking 78%. All these grenades.
What? Oh my God, Charles! Maybe it was a good thing that he gave up those first 2 ones off of misinput, because you saw what he did with the last 3. God damn!
Yeah, I mean, talk about value, and he only had 3 to begin with. Man, I will say this, man. Wolfen knows exactly how to manage his Wonder Wing stocks, because, my goodness, the value is coming out.
Fucking Omar was very strong. And, even down the stretch in that first game where Omar was dominating, you kind of saw Wolfen creep back in and definitely make it a tighter battle down the stretch. So that kind of let us know, like, okay, well, he's definitely probably content to switch with the stick with the Banjo, and then just a dominating performance on FP, solid one in the last game as well. And right now, just a complete blowout is taking place in front of us.
There's no Wonder Wing charges. We'll see where he goes with the grenade here. Uses the grenade, doesn't go high. Oh, wait a minute.
Kazooie.
Ooh, okay. All right. We're getting crazy with it.
Bro, that Kazooie Uzi ain't no joke. Oh, that'll do it though.
All right, Omar getting himself on the board here. But what does that mean? You got 5 more Wonder Wing charges